Fáilte over Cóide, you're welcome indeed to another edition of the programme. Well, this week we are at Breaffy House Resort Castlebar for part one of a two-part programme bringing you highlights of the 2024 Mayo People of the Year Awards, now in its 30th year, and it's brought to you in association with the Connaught Telegraph, RehabCare and Mayo County Council.
We, as a newspaper, were part of the founding group who founded the Rehab Awards 30 years ago, and our former editor and former chairman of the Mayo People of the Year Awards, Tom Gillespie, founded it with Kevin Burke here in Rehab. So for 30 years this has to be one of the longest running events of its kind in the west of Ireland. It's doing such good work for the 30 odd years that it's been in place.
And what does it mean for the Connaught Telegraph to be involved in these People of the Year Awards?
Well, as a newspaper, we're delighted to give something back to the community and support something that recognises people in their environment who do such great voluntary work. I mean, the whole idea behind Rehab originally was to support Rehab on the Breaffy Road, but then it was to support people and give recognition to volunteers, groups, individuals who went out of their way. The best way to do that is to have a local media organisation on board. Connaught Telegraph were happy to come along and do that, and we've been doing that ever since and are pledged to do so going forward.
So a very special night tonight being the 30th anniversary.
30th anniversary, any group or any event that reaches 30 years, I think it has to give itself a pat on the back. But really it's with the help of the sponsors, in this case Mayo County Council, ourselves, Connaught Telegraph, and the people involved who put in the organisation beforehand. But it wouldn't happen if people weren't out there that deserved an award, and they're groups and individuals, as I said, who are voluntarily giving their time year after year and week after week.
And just finally, Bernard, you have a full spread of all the award winners then in the forthcoming edition of the Connaught Telegraph.
Yeah, our full editorial team is here tonight on the 30th anniversary of the awards. We have Tom Kelly, editor of the Connaught Telegraph, Queevian and Deirdre, so they'll be uploading videos and photographs as it happens on the night onto our social media platforms. And then next week, in next week's edition of the Connaught Telegraph, that's the week of the 26th of November, we'll have a full spread on what's happened here tonight, so it's one to buy and keep.
Tom, 30th anniversary tonight of the People of the Year Awards, and you've been there from the start. First of all, can I just ask you, how are you feeling about tonight?
I'm delighted that we've reached a really landmark to be 30 years at it, and all the good we have done for Rehab and the large amounts of money we've raised for the development of the centre in Castlebar. And it's been a pleasure. It's been a pleasure all along.
And was there any doubts throughout those years that you get to the 30th anniversary?
Not doubts. There was one year in particular when we were having an adjudication and we had very few entries, but it worked out to be great. But this year, as it turned out, is the largest entry we've ever had in the history of the event. It's been fantastic.
Why do you think that is?
It's just that because you're honouring the ordinary people of the community, the local committees, you have the local groups that do good work, tidy towns, all that, and they're ignored. They don't get rewarded for their good deeds, and they're the local heroes, really, you know.
You were chairman of the organising committee for 25 years. You stepped back from that now.
I did, and I handed the mantle over to Bernard Hughes. It was, I think I did my best, but I'm still involved with the committee, of course.
And going looking to the future now, do you think the People of the Year Awards will continue for the foreseeable future?
Well, I would certainly hope so, Henry, because I think the interest, particularly this year, was fantastic. And if that's anything to go by, I think we're there for the long haul.
Well, you're entitled to enjoy tonight, Tom.
I shall try very hard, Henry.
Well done. Well-known photographer Frank Dolan from Westport has taken pictures for the newspapers every year since the People of the Year Awards began.
I started the first one 50 years ago, and I haven't missed one award for either the announcements or the dinners or the presentations for the 30 years, yeah. Never missed a night.
Absolutely fantastic. It's a difficult job as well, because so many groups, individuals coming, they have to get their photograph taken, and kind of within a short space of time to do that.
It's a really a big worry, and I'm really prepared all day for it, because as I say, no matter who takes photographs, it's mine that counts at the very end, and when those appear next week at the Connaught Telegraph. And if I miss a group or anything, people complain, but I do my best. And I've seen a lot of changes over the years, and so many people have passed away. And I just think about them today, all the people that did get awards over the years, and the people attending. And thank God I'm still here. And I might get a few more years out.
I would certainly hope so, Frank. Another area, of course, concern is getting names, of course, to go with the photographs.
It's a big problem, Henry, because people are also in a rush and they don't want to see cameras or anything like that, but it's afterwards when the picture appears, if the names are hanging it or it's not done right, when it come back to me that I didn't do my job right on the night, but I like to be an authority and do it my way and have to set up and nobody else matters but me, and I do it my way. So thank God I've had no problems or no complaints over the last 30 years, and thank God. I hope tonight will be a good night again. I'm prepared for it, and I'm getting great help tonight from everybody, and which I didn't get years ago, but the Rehab are very good to me this year and plenty of help tonight, so hopefully it works out good.
With all the guests seated, it was now time for the awards ceremony to begin.
Well, good evening, everybody. I know you're all waiting with excitement to get your awards. There will be 6 awards given out before the starter, and then the other awards throughout the evening. So I know you're all hungry and ready for a bite to eat. And I also mentioned tonight that there is one surprise award that nobody knows anything about except just the organising committee. So that will be unveiled during the course of the evening. So right, Teresa, it's over to you, our co-presenter tonight, the first award of the evening.
Thank you, Henry, and good evening. So the first award, Helen Heenahan and Siobhan Draffins are the founding members of the Breaffy Wanderers Walking Group.
Started off like as a community group, kind of maybe back 2015, 2016, and we just started a small walking road, 3 or 4 people getting together, and we were part of the AC club at the time, and we said we'd develop it here in Breaffy, and we got on to Walking Ireland to come out and see what we had to do, and they encouraged us just to warm up and to get on with it and all that, so that kind of from there it took off, and then we joined.
And the GAA started this health and well-being situation where we became health and well-being officers within our club, and when we got together then we started to expand on it, and we had to do a programme of exercises and activities for people to do. So we started off with the walks on the Tuesday evening, the exercise classes, the walks on the Wednesday evening, and then that expanded into the group getting bigger and bigger and us really enjoying the company, and then we started doing walks further around Mayo and in Sligo and in Roscommon. So we tried to find walks that are about an hour in distance to drive, so as we can stop for coffee, have a walk, have a talk, have lunch, have another walk, another talk and get home. So we're always home by 4 o'clock in the day through the summertime, and then in the winter times we do earlier ones.
It's kind of a social group, really, a walk and talk, and like that, the community aspect of it, and connecting people. It's mostly about that, really, and bringing people together, because like that, if you ask any of the group there, they say they all knew each other to see, but they didn't know each other to talk.
We are going to Swinford for our next award, a very worthy one, to Connaught Kelly. Second award to Connaught.
It was funny, I think, when I was telling people before I went what I was doing, and I don't think that actually the enormous thing didn't resonate with me, never mind with my friends and family, but I suppose as the journey went on, and I did a kind of daily diary on social media, and I suppose I'm thinking, Jesus, he's still walking, but it was as I was just saying to you there a few minutes ago, it's one of those things I look back and go, Jesus, did I really do that? Like, you know.
And was there any time during that walk that you thought of packing it and say, look, I can't go on?
There was. I suppose the first third, it was probably very much the mental challenge, because you kind of you did 2 days in the UK and then you got the ferry to Calais, and then I suppose the continent was stretched out in front of you, and France was quite isolated and lonely, and you were kind of thinking, geez, why did I have to tell anyone I was doing this? You know, I could have just snuck away at night. But I suppose that was part of the challenge. It was part of stepping outside the comfort zone, and I suppose I was aware that further on down the line in the second half there was friends coming over from home to join me for a few days here and there, so that kind of kept me going. But very much, the first third I was kind of like, you were kind of eating up road, as we'd say, but you didn't feel like you were getting any closer to Rome.
Our third award, Linda Huxley from Balcarron Castlebar. To present the award to Larry Mitchell on behalf of Linda is the Cathaoirleach, John O'Hara.
Amount of work she has done. I got to know her, I was down fishing in Foxford, and I saw an advertisement during Heritage Week, and I went along to it, and I was amazed by her presentation. I became hugely involved and I'm doing a whole lot of work myself as a result of that. But I was intrigued by the amount of work she has done all over the country, not alone in Mayo, and she has done remarkable work in Castlebar. She came over here to work in GMIT, and she had a keen interest in ecology. Her husband's family were very well known ecologists throughout the world, and she saw swifts in GMIT, and with permission from GMIT and help from Mayo County Council, they put up boxes and they photographed the swifts inside in the boxes, and she's done remarkable work. She's done remarkable work not alone in Castlebar, but right through the whole county, from Crossmolina to Ballinrobe to Claremorris, all over. So I'm intrigued by her, because I had a keen interest in swifts when I was young. In Ballinrobe, we lived about 300 metres from the railway station. There was a great colony of swifts, and I went to work, and I came back and the swifts were gone. I couldn't understand why. It was because they re-roofed the station, and that finished them. And that is the problem all over the country, with old buildings going, no provision being made. And Linda has brought remarkable success to the efforts we're making to try and revitalise the population, because they're a remarkable bird. They never land except when nesting.
Well done. We go to our next award, which we're going to Crossmolina. Crossmolina Parish Community First Responders.
So my background is I'm a cardiology nurse, worked and trained in London for years, and I'm only returned home, so I want to bring something back to the community. So I came up with the first responders and got a great team behind me, so went from there.
So what's involved?
So we go out to calls. If you dial 999, we respond, linked in with the ambulance service for anybody who has a heart attack, a stroke, choking or a cardiac arrest situation. Once a 999 call goes into the control room, we get a text message and we respond within a 10-kilometre radius of our community.
And how important was this now for the local community? Was there such a service before then?
There was no service before. There's a lot of defibrillators in the town, but when we came to set this up, we developed that a lot of people didn't know how to use them or how to access them. So we're bringing a lot of training and awareness to the community, which is great, and the feedback we've been getting is brilliant. So it's a real community support, and it's brilliant for the community.
So getting this award tonight for the great work you've done, what does it mean to you, your responders, and your family and friends and the community?
For me personally, it's just brilliant to be recognised, but it's not just me. I might be the one that set it up and the background, but it's my 26 first responders, my family, my friends who have listened to me go on about it. But it's about the community, like we're getting everyone involved, and the support we've got, it's all a voluntary fundraising, so everyone has got behind us to help us in every way, and it's brilliant for the community. I'm just delighted.
And saving lives.
And saving lives, yes.
Well, congratulations, well worth deserved award tonight.
Thank you.
And our 5th award, St. Joseph's Robotics Team Cathaoirleach.
Began when Thermo King sponsored us a Vex robotics kit. And then in November we started building our robot for the regional finals in ATU Galway, where we won the Robot Skills Award.
This qualified us through to Cork, where we won the Design Award and the Teamwork Championship Award. Our robot was unique because of the intake. It was at a 60-degree angle and it was movable, so the blocks didn't get stuck in it. And it was unique because of the high volume bucket. It was utilising all the space in the bottom of the robot.
So we invited many companies to our school, and we made some PowerPoints to convince them to help fundraise our expedition to Dallas.
Well
Some
done.
of the companies were Coca-Cola, Thermo King, Bectronic and local businesses.
We'd like to thank all our sponsors.
It was just a whole nother level meeting the teams from Australia to Asia to America, and just like playing with them and interacting with them, even if they couldn't speak their own language. It was just an amazing experience.
It was very exciting that we got to socialise with people from every continent in the world, and it was just great altogether.
Well, everyone there was so nice, and even if we couldn't speak their own language, we'd be communicating with different notebooks and everything. Just everyone there was so thoughtful and kind.
When in Galway and ATU, we won the Skills Award, which got us through to Cork for the All-Irelands, and in Cork we won the Design Award and the Teamwork Challenge Award, and that made us through to the world stage in Dallas, which we won the Innovate Award.
Great, so you're all superstars now in sports, yeah?
Yeah.
Well done,
Yeah.
thank you.
At this point, the final award goes to Westport Women's on Wheels.
We're a group of women from Westport who cycled the length and breadth of the country last September. We were a group between the Covey Wheelers in Westport and the Westport Triathlon Club, and just generally a group of women who got together, born out of an idea to raise some money for charity. And we cycled from Mizenhead to Mallinhead in September.
So how long did that take?
We did it over 4 days, so we broke it into 4 sections. It was a total of 625 kilometres, so we had 3 different stops on the way, and finished up in Mallinhead on the last day, so it was a great achievement. Yeah.
How many did the cycling?
There was 17 of us in total, all women. A lot of us didn't know each other to start with, but we formed great bonds along the way, as you can imagine, during the training and during the event itself. So it turned into a fabulous women's event, I suppose, and showed great camaraderie and everything as we went on our journey from one end of the country to the other.
And you also raised a lot of money for charity.
We did, yeah. I mean, that was something that we were really adamant to do. We chose 2 charities for our cause, the Mayo Roscommon Hospice and the Mayo Rape Crisis Centre. So 2 local charities, and 2 charities that we've all been touched by and used in some way or other, and we felt these were charities that really needed our help. So and we raised over €50,000 in our efforts, and you know, thanks to everybody who supported us and who donated money. I mean, it was the people who put the money forward that made it what it was, you know.
So we're at Award 7. Geraldine Joyce is described as the core of the community in Facefield, Mayo Abbey and Claremorris. She organises the choir and pastoral council and is involved in community housing in Mayo Abbey and is the secretary of Facefield Committee Community Group. Geraldine has been at the helm of Claremorris Athletics Club for over 2 decades. Several times a week she trains young people in all aspects of athletics. To present the award to Geraldine is Debbie Burke of Mayo RehabCare.
I have a very busy life, but it keeps me good and focused and keeps me busy, so I enjoy every minute of it, yeah.
And obviously a great community, it gets great support from the local area.
We do. It's a fantastic community there in Facefield and Mayo Abbey, and also delighted to be part of the Claremorris community with the coaching with the club and the community games as well, so a little bit of everything.
So what's left for you to do now?
Not much. Kept busy, Henry.
Well, there has to be always something there in the pipeline.
There's always something. We're always coaching, we're always improving, helping the children to improve, and it's great to be able to watch them develop and get to the top of where they want to be. We've been very lucky in the club, and yeah.
And is there anything in the club that that's itching to get at that you haven't got and you'd like to get?
Well, look, there's always new talent coming along, and every child is precious. Every child is precious, and it's lovely to see them all develop, regardless of their talent. They're all champions, and whether they win a medal or not, they're champions. They take part. It's really important for their development as well to be able to learn to win or lose, and to do that gracefully. So, it's developing character all the time.
And you'll continue in your role now for the foreseeable future?
I will for another while anyway.
Yeah, why not? You're doing a tremendous job. Cathaoirleach, love to see you here in Breaffy House Resort for the People of the Year Awards. It's as Cathaoirleach, it's your first time attending them as Cathaoirleach.
It is, Henry. It's my first time as Cathaoirleach, and it's my first time ever being a Cathaoirleach. But it's wonderful to be here tonight and see all the different organisations and people getting awards. And some of them people were never recognised before. And I'm delighted myself here tonight to see them from all over the county. And it was nice to see people from Crossmolina. I seen people getting awards. I seen some from Swensford, Beaufinon, the 100th year in the shop, and that shop meant so much to them in Beaufinon because it was like a community centre. People went in every day, and I remember myself as I worked with the ESB myself, and when there was no phones or nothing, or no phones in houses, you went into that shop. And you got the directions, and I tell you, when you got the directions, you drove straight to where you had to, and he could tell you that the lady that was in the house or the husband, and he said you might get them out in the garden or the back of the house, or they might be out in the garden. But he gave them mighty directions, and them people, it's lovely to see them people along with the rest recognised.
And the Diaspora Award is very important, as the Graham Gaeilge Award as well.
All them awards for the different sections, I'm amazed at all the different crowds that came there, and it's lovely to see the bit of Gaelic kept on. It's important because it's what we're brought up with, and it'll be hateful to see our own national language gone.
Mm-hmm. And it's great to see so many young people here as well tonight getting awards there, from football to javelin throwing. Been a great range of young people celebrating tonight.
Well, I think that's great for them to get, because when you're young, if you win an award, it sticks with you for the rest of your life, and it drives you. Sometimes you might be thinking of giving up, but when you get an award, it just drives you on. And one of them, they'll even be getting closer, all those teams that was there. And them teams came here tonight to support the rehab, which is so good. And their mothers and fathers is probably with them. Mm-hmm. And all that money that's gathered tonight, it's just amazing where it's going into. It might be ourselves tomorrow that needs that. And I want to compliment Idel Cadden of Rehab, and also the Connaught Telegraph, because they done so. It's wonderful to have this and to keep it going for 30 years. It's phenomenal. So I want to just compliment them for doing it, because these are the nights that makes your communities, and it'll keep people buying the papers, even though it's going off. They're getting them on the phone and they're getting them everywhere, but there's nothing to beat a picture, and a picture on a paper. That's all it tells the story.
Well done. Thanks very much, Cathaoirleach.
Thanks yourself, and I want to compliment yourself for the great job you do promoting all these events, because it's important to have these, and you have a video there that will never be lost.
Well, congratulations once again to the winners so far. Now, don't forget to join us next week for the concluding part of the Mayo People of the Year Awards. We look forward to your company. So, until next week at the same time, slán go fóill. Fáilte over Cóide, you're welcome indeed to another edition of the programme, where we're back in Breaffy House Resort in Castlebar for the concluding part of the Mayo People of the Year Awards 2024. Idel Cadden, of course, very much involved with the People of the Year Awards, Rehab. Of course, you've been involved many years now. Tonight and this year, very special.
Yes, Henry, the 30th year. What an achievement of these awards for something to last this long in the county. And I was just talking to somebody in the room tonight and said it must be the longest outstanding awards, and I think it is. And it just shows you the crowd we had here tonight. You know, it recognises the unsung heroes in our community, the people that do so much and expect nothing in return, and it's just nice to see these people rewarded. And as you've seen yourself there tonight, the turnout on the 30th year, bigger and bigger it's getting, and you know, we get a lot of support from around the county, and our service users from all over the county participate in these awards, and they benefit from these awards, so it's great. And again, we're 30 years, you've seen in there tonight the great crowd, so it's good, and thank you for being with us again on our 30th year.
This particular gentleman, Joe Butler, has been a cornerstone of Castlebar's voluntary community for over 4 decades. Now, unfortunately, Joe cannot be with us tonight because he's laid up sick, but we're delighted to say that his 2 sons are here to represent him. So would you please welcome William and Owen Butler.
Well, we're very delighted to accept it on his behalf. You know, he's done an awful lot for the community. He's a great family man and a lot more to give.
Yeah, and some of the projects he's been involved with in Castlebar here over the years.
Yeah, a lot of sporting projects, Henry, and a lot of community projects. You'll see a lot around Castlebar, so he's certainly leaving his footprint everywhere, and as Will says, he's plenty more to give, and he's there to help anybody in the county for whatever their needs are.
Yeah. And I'm sure he's very disappointed he couldn't be here tonight.
Totally, he's at home in bed with the flu at the moment, but we're here to represent him.
And
so.
I believe you're keeping them up to date with all that's happening here as well tonight. Is that right, Chris?
Yes, Henry, absolutely. The boys are keeping him updated, so he'd be delighted to see that.
Yeah. And he was a founding member of the Tidy Towns, which went on to win gold medals nationally for the work here in Castlebar.
Yes, and himself and his great friend Gerdeer and poor Michael Malahy that has passed on, you know, and Mam here down in our house in Thornbrook 30 years ago. There's many's a meeting and many's a great crack, and fair play that they've kept it going, you know. And Dad doesn't look for much, and he doesn't look for anything actually, you know, and it's a pity that he's not here tonight. We're delighted to be here representing him, and you know, we've had a great night, and thank you for everything. Yes.
Okay, and we're on to the 9th award. Again, silence please. Paddy and Vernon McTighe from Ballinrobe.
it's a pleasure to be here and to get the award. It's been a shock to the system, really, Meryl, hasn't it?
Yeah, we're overwhelmed by it, and we want to thank our dancers for nominating us. We're just overjoyed, delighted.
Yeah.
Well, we're coming in there. I thought you were actually 2 winners of Dancing with the Stars.
Well, I suppose before the night is out, we could prove that too, you know. We're well capable of doing an odd dance here and there, but yeah, look at it. We started out as a 5-week, see what it would work, and it was absolutely just overwhelming the way things worked out, because we found that for the elderly people, and no place to go on a Friday night, and we said we'd give it a go for 5 weeks, and here we are.
It was just after COVID, I suppose, and people were only starting to get out and about again. And some of the older people hadn't been outside the door until we started. But it's gone now from older people being there to all ages. We've from 9-year-olds now coming to us to 84-year-olds, and they all mix together, and it's amazing. It's an amazing night every Friday night. Everyone mixes so well every Friday. It's lovely.
How long is it running now, Paddy, Dancing at the Crossroads?
2 years.
Great title, by the way.
Great title. Well, the name of the centre is the Crossroads. So we put Dancing at the Crossroads, and we kind of put our own stamp on it, like, you know. And being honest with you, people that come there, like, it's now known as the Nashville of Cong, would you believe, right? We had gone so far and came so well in the 2 years, like, you know. But there's a fair bit of work on it. It doesn't
just happen.
It doesn't just happen, like.
We don't just arrive there on a Friday night. There's a bit of work behind the scenes that people don't see, but look, we thrive on it and we love every minute of it.
Right, so next awards, we're going to Westport's deserving organisation, the Westport Order of Malta.
Set up in 1943 to help pilgrims on Croagh, and we're going every year since. In recent times, we get more help from other units all over the country. And then we do community work as well. We bought a minibus there in 2015, and we do a lot of community care work. We bring patients to hospital. We bring them for hospital appointments. We bring them. We've gone as far as Dublin, Limerick, with them, and we also bring patients from nursing homes, from their homes to nursing homes for respite for a week or two, and bring them back then again.
How many is in the Order of Malta in Westport?
There'll be 45 to 50 on the books. So, like, we're nearly on the road every week, you know.
And also you have, you finished there, yeah. So what does this award mean now for the Order of Malta in Westport?
It's great. It'll be a great boost in morale for just to show the members and thank them for the work they have done. It's their night and very appreciated of it.
And your own role then, because I see you're dressed different than the other. So what does that mean?
Well, I'm the officer in charge at the moment. We have officers and we have just volunteers, and as you come up the ranks, you get to wear the suit.
So you're like the Taoiseach of Westport Order of Malta.
Yeah.
Well, listen, congratulations to you and the wonderful work you do in Westport and surrounding area.
Thank you very much.
So the next award, adelating her students and the Mayo Genealogy Group.
We discovered a few years ago that these women were written out of history, if you like, and we decided it was time to record their stories, which are quite amazing. We started off with a few women, 3, 4 In our booklet we have 30 published, and working with the families, in contact with them, and we have gone to a few other locations, Balmullish, we're in Ballyhona soon, so we have up on 60 women rewritten into history and telling their story for the first time. So it's a privilege.
And was it a difficult task to undertake?
Yes. You'd imagine that it would be quite easy, but to uncover the families was the real issue. And I suppose what we did is we worked with the Irish Military Archives, and we got files from there. And that's then where the genealogy group came in. We talked with the genealogy group, and they were able to say to us, "Oh, that person belongs to that family." And from there, we were able to approach those families and put a face to the name, really, to uncover a lot of their pictures and their stories. So, it's ongoing work all the time, still a lot of work to be done, but we're delighted to be receiving this award for that work.
Okay, our next award is a very special award, folks, because this is a posthumous award. And it's for Anne-Marie Byrne Cunningham, a mother of 3 sons who passed away earlier this year from ovarian cancer. She was closely associated with Castlebar Celtic, Castlebar Mitchells and Castlebar Mitchells Ladies Club as a supporter, a volunteer, a mother and a go-to-go woman. Now, to present the award to our husband Jarlath, and I know some of the family are here tonight as well, which please welcome once again Edith Cadden from Mayo RehabCare.
Yeah, Anne-Marie, she was a native of Bohola. We got married 22 years ago. We lost her this year to ovarian cancer, so this award tonight is very emotional because it highlights what she'd always highlight: community involvement and people that are struggling in life, and she was always there for everybody else. And it was testament by the teams. We had actually nominated the teams Castlebar Celtic and Castlebar Mitchells for a community award, we thought, because they were so good to us when Anne-Marie passed away, and we just thought they all came together, and then all of a sudden Edel rings and Anne-Marie is getting it, so bit of a shock. So she'd be delighted, yeah.
Yeah, it must be a great occasion, like with all the sadness over the last couple of months, to receive this award then, and the family are very proud of Anne-Marie.
Oh yeah, 100%. Like her mum will be here later on, and the boys will be here, and we were in shock getting it, but we would use it in sort of sense to highlight ovarian cancer and how important it is for people to get checked, and and the work of the hospice here in town, that the work that's going on behind the scenes that people don't even know about. And Anne-Marie was one of those type of people. She worked behind the scenes, and everybody knew her at the end of the day. But unfortunately, she passed, and this award will, a shining star for us. So it's lovely to get.
The next award is the Mayo Diaspora Award. Judge Vera Scanlon is a magistrate judge for the United States District Court of the Eastern District of New York in Brooklyn. Born in Brooklyn, Judge Scanlon is the daughter of the late Dennis Scanlon, an NYC firefighter whose mother Mary, Mamie Fatty Scanlon, emigrated to New York from Belcara. Mary Fatty married Dennis Scanlon from County Kerry. The court in which Judge Scanlon now serves is the same court where her grandparents became naturalised American citizens back in the 1930s. To accept the award on behalf of Judge Vera is Edel Cadden of Mayo RehabCare.
The next awards, and it goes to the Sports Club Award for the Mayo Girls Under 15 team.
interesting year for the under 15 girls. We came out of a difficult group. We met Galway again in the All-Ireland final. We were down 2-0 and we managed to come back and beat them 3-2 and bring the cup home to Mayo.
Yeah, and of course a lot of success has to be due to the coaches and management as well, which you're a part of.
Well, we put a bit of work into it, but we have to say the Mayo School Boys and Girls League give us such help and everything that as regards organisation and different things like that. So we have to say thanks to them as well. But yeah, myself, Sinead and Keane, and then John Flanagan behind the scenes there as well. We put in a lot of time and stuff like that for the girls and stuff like that, but they paid it back to us by bringing the cup home, do you know what I mean? So
our next award is the Rodham na Gaeilge Award. Lauren Mullaney of Bohola.
Ítach gur míle maithagaí tá fíorhuioch as a bheith anseo a nocht Lauren is anam dom mar sóchaíb agus arbriam chun Gaeilge chur chun cín ach tá sé tábhachtach na daoine a lua freisin a bhíonn i láthair ag an ggurcail chóra chur mé tús leis an ggurcail chóra bhuiach nach 2 bliain ó hen agus tá sé ag dul óneart go neart ó hen.
And how do you think the Irish language is doing generally in County Mayo?
Ceapan go sé ag dul óneart go neart freisin agus tá sim ag daoine ó daoine óga go daoine éasta agus tá sé sin tábhachtach tá sé tábhachtach gohfuil sim ag na daoine óga freisin agus tá sé sin le feicáil is cinnte gohfuil.
And what do you do yourself? Do you work in the Irish language?
Yeah, Ibriam mar múntar Gaeilge agus bhí mé gobar le agriocht Gaeilge anseo gas an Nóirí agus bíam ar an radio freisin, so gnóthach tá neart le déna is éil na Gaeilge.
Yeah. So you're a busy lady, yeah.
Sinead go ddíreach gnóthach Sinead.
Yeah, we'll go míle maith guys, gorgeous once again.
Gur míle maith agat.
So our next award is the Young Person of the Year. And we're going to Ballon Road to Oisín Joyce from Green Street. Oisín, you're an international sports star. How did you get involved in javelin throwing?
I suppose I just started doing athletics like anyone else, and then you get to a certain age, you start picking events, and then just kind of doing a bit of long jump and all that, and then I picked up a turbo javelin when I was under 9s, and then I just kind of stuck at it and happened to be all right at it, so then it's kind of what I fell into now.
And you've had tremendous success over the last couple of years. Tell me about some of them.
Yeah, I was away in Peru there in August now. I was at the World Under-20s and I managed to get a bronze medal, so that was probably the highlight of my career so far anyway, yeah.
Up against very stiff competition, I would imagine.
Yeah, no, there was loads of different lads, there was everyone around the world, I suppose, so it doesn't really get much tougher than that now, but yeah, no, it was a good competition to be at anyway, and I'm very happy to bring it home anything I can get out of that.
What was the reaction when you came home with your bronze medal?
Yeah, geez, it was mental, yeah. We had a homecoming there in Ballinrobe now, and there was a lot of shaking hands going on, there's a lot of people around, so yeah, no, it was mental now to come home to that, in fairness.
So our next award, Luke Gibbons, his journey from Claremorris to Harvard Law School and to the global stage of climate policy and legal scholarship, is described as nothing short of extraordinary.
You know, it's great to be honoured tonight here, and great to come back home and to see that your work's being recognised by your own county. So I'm very thankful and very humbled.
And you're very much proud of, you'd like to see sustainability and other achievements here in Mayo.
Yeah, so I think my work, I'm a climate reality leader with former Vice President of the United States, Al Gore, and also with President Mary Robinson. And our kind of interest is to have a top-down approach, so to focus on the fossil fuel industry, to see them do good, rather than focusing on individuals, and particularly the farming community. I'd be a big advocate for the fact that a lot of the time farmers are demonised and they're not risen up and being given the resources to change, and I think we need to focus on the big companies who contribute most and not the farmers who don't really contribute that much at all.
Now, our next award is the Business Community Award and Coins of Buffino.
Yeah, we kept soldiering through thick and thin, but thankfully a lot of loyal customers over the years, and even everyone that only passed in once on their way to somewhere, it all adds up. So just as much as we could over the years, just helping the community, be it in different groups, GA, Community Centre, Feroga, Community Alert. It goes on.
It's not just a shop, because a lot of small businesses are finding it very difficult to survive, but they had something special because they were very much integral part of the community.
Oh yeah, like you can never tell what each day is going to bring. You could be changing the wheel of a car or doing anything, so today was a mad day as well in terms of unusual stuff. But
and this is the Hall of Fame Award. Castlebar Celtic Football Club.
We've had a brilliant year. 100 years old this year. We've had a brilliant year between dinner, dances and events, and so here we are now, nearly the year out.
And of course yesterday you were feted at the Mayo County Council in the civic reception, and tonight getting this award then coming near the end of the year, and a tremendous year.
Absolutely, like last night to have a civic reception in the council office was a huge honour, and even tonight now a bigger honour to be here tonight for an award. So absolutely fabulous.
The whole club must be on a high at the moment.
Absolutely, the whole year has been brilliant. Off the pitch, on the pitch. It's just been an absolute fabulous year. It's everything. There's a great feeling.
It's going to be hard to adjust next year after this.
Well, that's to say, where do we go from now? And I suppose that's the next thing. Look, success. We have to keep plowing away to get more. Do you know what I mean?
Folks, a very special award tonight. Very few people know about this. But anyway, the legendary Bros Welsh Band, Ireland's longest established dance and show band, celebrated their 87th anniversary this year. They're the longest surviving show band in Ireland, and they are a proud distinction of being the resident band at the Mayo People of the Year Awards every year here for the last 30 years. And the Bros Welsh Band have a notable accolade of an unbroken family tradition of musicians playing together, stretching back over 8 decades, over 80 years. And 3 generations, and the success story started when the late Bros made his debut in the Horseshoe Ballroom at French Hill. Anybody at that dance? 1937. Well, there was 1 or 2, yeah, there was 1 or 2. And of course, they haven't stopped since that. Now, Bros' sons, Tomas, James and John Noel are carrying on the proud musical tradition, and in recognition of the 3 decades here at the Mayo People of the Year Awards, they are deserving of this very special award. So would you please welcome on stage Tomas, James and John Noel, and John Noel's son drummer Colin. They are not aware of this award. Tomas, James and John Noel.
was sitting down there getting ready. I never knew anything like this was going to happen. And as I say, Henry, it's the first time we've been hijacked. I never knew anything about it. Thanks a million. And what can I say? Land is going for 1919 my father started it. We're tipping along all the time, not doing the travelling we used to do because it's impossible. But the mileage is up on us, guys, so we're not able to keep it going anymore. But sure, we keep it going locally as best we can.
And you know, it's 30 years of collaboration between the Connaught Telegraph and Rehab, and great to have Mayo County Council on board. And you know, that's how it should be. And the important thing for media and what you do, what we do, is we provide an audience. Because the stories are there, they need to be told and they need to be heard and seen by an audience.
Oh, what a great evening. It was just inspirational, Henry. I suppose first and foremost the work that RehabCare do was highlighted so well tonight, and anyone that's been in their building on Breaffy Road will automatically feel the warm welcome that comes in there, and all the users are so happy in there. And to bring that together then in a community night like tonight and see so many young and old recognised for their efforts and the things they do in the community that they don't want any recognition for. St. Joseph's National School to represent Ireland over in Texas. They're just fantastic kids, and the competition they were up with against over there was incredible. Geraldine Joyce, you know, all she does in her community and never looks. I could name any of them. The Westport Women on Wheels. I have to mention them. I met them during their Malin-to-Mizzen trip in the Roscommon Hospice, and it was one of the most emotional visits we've had in the hospice. And there is so much money for Mayo Roscommon Hospice and the Mayo Rape Crisis Centre, and the first group of women to do that. They were fantastic.
Getting awarded here tonight.
Oh, it was great.
Congratulations once again to all the individuals and groups who won awards at the 2024 Mayo People of the Year, especially on the 30th anniversary of this great event. So until next week at the same time, slán before.